Okay, so we're going to take a look at the Trophy email builder. I'm going to show you a specific feature that we've added called text variations. So this is a feature that we've added to try and combat some of the feedback that we've got on Lifecycle emails and some of the common issues. One of the biggest issues is actually just disengagement through them becoming boring and too repetitive. Often, if it's the subject line or if it's the content of emails that you're sending, you can put a lot of effort into those, but if they're not kind of changing dynamically throughout the user's journey, then they can get quite boring and actually cause users to disengage with all of your emails across the board. And so it kind of just isn't a great thing to be doing. So we added text variations to try and combat this. And you can do that within the subject line or in any of the text copy that you've got in your email. So we're going to show you how to do that now. So if we start with just a basic paragraph block, let's add in some text like you've unlocked a new badge. You might send that to users when they unlock an achievement, which we can support out of the box in Trophy. You might add that in as a bit of text. If you sent that to the same bit of text to users every time they unlocked a new badge, it'll start to look a little bit boring. They might start to disengage with the idea of badges, which kind of defeats the whole point of having them in the first place. So what you want is variations. So that can be a default, but we can just hit this button here to add variation. You can add an entirely different version of this text. So maybe let's say, congrats on your new badge. So that means that when the email is sent, Trophy will pick one at random and use that as the copy in this particular paragraph block. You can add as many as you like. So let's do, I don't know, your new badge is ready, something like that. Or you can have another one. You can use variables in these as well. We spoke about variables in a separate video, but you can use variables here. So you could say this is an entirely different use case now, but just to show you the variables, you're on a you could do streak.length day streak. Similar to the kind of emails that you might have seen from the likes of Duolingo or Strava or Nike Run Club. They're very good at doing this kind of stuff. Obviously, these are now different use cases, but you get the idea. You can use variables to build up different variations. So yeah, that's how that works in paragraphs. You can do that in any other. You can do that in headings. This is a heading 1, so that would be slightly bigger, but you could use the same thing. You can have another variation that's sent at random and just makes it feel a little bit more like dynamic and like there's a bit more purpose and thought behind it. So that's in the body of the emails. You can also do that in subject lines. So if I added you unlocked a new badge based on that use case we were doing before, I could do the same thing here. So your new badge is ready. And this is quite powerful now because it's in the subject line. Obviously that's the thing that users see first in their inbox. So being able to have some randomness to that as well is really important. Otherwise, again, it starts to look quite boring. And so, a bit of freshness makes it look like there's somebody behind the scenes thinking about what to send to you a little bit more than if you just send them the same message all the time. So yeah, that is text variations, and give it a try.